Hey everyone, it's Samantha from Scrapmaster's Paradise. In today's Learning Copics with MarkerPOP video, I am going to show you how to color the pleats. And this is just my approach. There's lots of ways you can do this. This is one of the few times that I go from darkest to lightest. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with this image. This is Dolly with Cupcake from the Greeting Farm. Just stamped her in Memento Tuxedo Black. And I'm going to be using three colors. I've got V22, V25, and V28, and they're just all in a line from lightest to darkest. So I'm just going to start with my darkest color. We're going to color this apron piece. So when I'm looking at the fabric, I look for any of the lines that are already drawn into the image and use those as the pleats. So these little lines here, some of the lines bunching up at her waist, and then this big line. And this little line here. There's also a couple of smaller lines that we can use as pleating. So I'm just going to color the fabric folds. And at those lines, I just put my darkest color. I do my flicking strokes, and you can always go back and add more of the darker color. So we're just doing a little bit initially. You can always go back. The waist, and naturally you'll have shading at this waist part anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit extra. And then for her top, it doesn't seem like there's much going on, so I'm just going to add shading around the edges where there would be natural shading anyway. I'm going to take my next color, which is V25, and go over the same areas, just take the color out just a little bit further than those lines and still do my flicking strokes. I'm trying to blend that out a little bit as I'm going over the areas. I'm just making those areas a little bit larger and a little bit lighter. If you blend it out too much, you can always go back with the other color. Alright, while that is still wet, I am going to go back with the V28 and do a little bit more. You still see those dark lines. You want to see some dark lines. Alright, and then I'm going to go over those areas with the lightest color, V20, and fill in the rest of the skirt. And you can use zigzag strokes or your rounded strokes or the zigzag strokes to fill in, because you want to blend out the lines between the V22 and the V25. You don't want to be left with stark lines for that part. Alright, and now I'm going to go over it a little bit more with the V25, which is the medium color. Make sure those streaks stand out a little bit. And you can keep messing around with it a little bit. On camera, it shows up as way more high contrast than it actually does when I'm looking at it right here. So I'm going to blend it out just a little bit more because I don't see much gradient on the camera. I definitely see the gradient on my image here. But you do want to have the line so it looks like the fabric's puckered up together, and you'll see a place where the color looks more concentrated when fabric's all folded up. So you can work with that even more if you'd like to. So I would leave it like that, and it is picking up as really high contrast on the camera. My lighting in here is a little bit weird right now. So for her dress, I would do the same thing with any of these lines that are coming out. I would just make those areas the darker areas. And I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson about fabric. Be sure to subscribe to this channel so you know when I update. Check out the MarkerPOP blog daily for new projects and ideas. So that is all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.